What up, doe? It's the Boxing Clinic and more with another breakdown prediction. Today we breaking down and predicting Mikey Garcia versus Garcia Jr. All right, and we're also gonna do Dillian White and Joseph Parker a little bit later. Okay. Don't forget we got the new podcast Raw and Uncut, the Cali Enigma, featuring CJ Goodfellow and myself. The link's into the description. Make sure you check it out for uncensored, raw, sports, political, music, entertainment talk. Very explicit, triple rated R. Trust me. So don't have the kids around when you check the podcast out at Castbox. The link is in the description. Go over there, sign up, sign in with Google or Facebook, and comment and rate us, man. I definitely appreciate it. All right. But it's a unification bout for the IBF, Garcia Jr. For the WBC, Mikey Garcia at lightweight, 135 pounds, going down this Saturday, Staples Center, LA, Showtime. You know what I'm saying? E-Bunny taking on Mikey Garcia. All right. Really, really good fight. But I'm gonna say this. I think Mikey Garcia didn't want to fight Garcia Jr. until he seen the Javier Fortuna fight. You know what I'm saying? Then I think he was like, you know what, man? Let's do easy money. It's a good payday. He got a decent following, decent name. I can beat him. I don't really think he really thought completely 100% he could beat him until the Javier Fortuna fight. Because after Mikey Garcia fought Adrian Broner, he could have capitalized on fighting Garcia Jr. Could have been a way bigger fight than what it is now, because Garcia Jr. wouldn't have really got completely exposed by Javier Fortuna to the public, and I'll explain that as we go forward. And, little brother taking up for big brother. Garcia Jr. is under Broner's wing. He's not about being his fighter, but he helps Broner promote that promotional stable. And he had the same trainer. They're both from Ohio, Toledo, Cincinnati. And it would have been a great thing. It would have been a great thing, great hype. But Mikey chose to go for Lippies because he thought Lippies was more easy money. When he seen that Fortuna fight, he for sure sent that contract over to Garcia Jr. All right? And he wasn't even trying to send that contract to Jorge Linares for real to sign that boy. Because he was supposed to fight Jorge Linares. And then Oscar De La Hoya said they was going to fight Garcia Jr. Then they changed their mind and fought Lippies. All right? As soon as Crawford gave up that belt. You feel what I'm saying? But getting to strengths and weaknesses, man. For Mikey Garcia, just a fundamental technician, man. He's just technically sound, and I think he's more explosive and fast with his feet and his hands than I gave him credit for. And like I said, I always can admit when I'm wrong. Even at 140, Mikey Garcia was explosive. His hand speed was really, really underrated by me. And like I said, his hand speed is good, and he's a 1-2 type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He can mix in that left hook in there as well. Left hook to the body is underrated and underused. His left hook to the body is square biz, man. It's real business, man. He just don't use it. But his left hook to the head is explosive. He can lead with it, and I think him leading with that left hook is going to be a key punch. And his straight right, his 1-2, his jab and his straight right. And then he got like a 1-2 where his right comes over the top. And with Garcia Jr., I'm gonna explain this later, bending over, getting up his height most of the time, that overhand right might be the punch that do it. But he also got a left hook right hand combination and left hook to the body. That's Mikey Garcia, man. All right. Talk about Garcia Jr. Just every physical advantage. That's his strength. And speed, height. He's a good puncher. I don't think he's a better puncher than Mikey at 135, but good puncher. Good foot speed. You know what I'm saying? And that's E-Bunny. He got a okay jab. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that's a super strength. But his right hand is real good, coming off that flickering jab, which I'll talk about that in a minute. His right is good. He got a good lead left hook too, man. Left hook is real short for a taller guy, and he got a good lead left hook. But that's his strengths right there. You know what I'm saying? Getting to the weaknesses, Garcia Jr. Only comes straight down the pipe. He don't use angles. That's another reason why he sucks. As far as using his height, he don't use the angles. He just comes straight forward. Watch the tape. Garcia Jr. legitimately comes straight forward. He doesn't step over. Even when he throw his lead left hook, it's like a struggle for him to step over and pivot. He don't pivot off his lead left hook. He don't use angles. You know what I'm saying? After he work, he don't step over. After he work, either he goes straight back, straight forward, or he's stationary. You need to be stepping over, and then that opponent has to get back in position. When he has to get back in position, then you can fire off. But he don't do that, man. And that's why guys are able to eat his height up. Also, his stance. At some point when he gets frustrated, we talk about that being a weakness. He spreads his base out like Broner does, and that's eliminating his height. He's bending down. He's using that fake shoulder roll when he should have the high guard and using the 1-2. All right, that shoulder roll is not meant for Robert Easter Jr., right? Also, his height, the height thing, when he bend down, man, watch his tape. He spreads his legs and gets a wide base when he gets mad, and he gets aggressive, man. When he wants to come forward, give up his height, and he don't use angles, man. He doesn't use angles. He comes straight down the pipe with a flickering jab. And his jab, they need to get that jab in there. Just to flick it out there, it's not good, man. They need to change that jab, and just not have it flickering. That flickering jab is whack, and that's another reason. And that jab, that's the reason why it don't work too. He don't use angles, and it's a flickering jab. He flicks it out, from his forearm, flicking forward. It's not a jab that he pushes. It's not a pasty jab. It's not a piston jab. It's a straight flickering jab, and it's totally terrible, fundamental disgrace. And that's the first thing. One of the first things you be working in campus is jab. For Mikey Garcia, he's at an athletic disadvantage here. Obviously, a height disadvantage, a reach disadvantage. All right, Roberts Jr. like 5'11", longer reach. He's at a speed disadvantage, but he's pretty fast. I think he got the speed, and ultimately he got the timing. You know what I'm saying? As well. He got the timing. So you got speed, enough speed with timing. He good though. But like I said, speed disadvantage, height disadvantage, and also Mikey Garcia jabs cause him all type of problem. If you could pump the jab out with Mikey Garcia, you can hit him with a jab like Lipias hit him with a jab. When Broner jab, he stops. It stops his offense in his track. He has that high guard. That jab disrupts Mikey Garcia. And what I noticed in the few films I broke down on Mikey Garcia, nobody ever doubles and triple their jabs up with Mikey. But when they jump one jab, they kind of stop or whatever it may be. They don't notice how much problems the jab caused Mikey. The jab halts Mikey's entire offense. He's stagnant. And another thing about Mikey will not punch with you. Mikey, for the most part, will want to catch you on the back end. In most instances, he will not punch with you. So when you're working, Mikey Garcia is not going to punch with you. He's going to wait till on the back end to get at you, all right? But he's still an excellent counterpuncher. He just doesn't take the chance to punch with you, as well. And also, Mikey Garcia, when you start working, he goes straight back in the line, throws the earmuffs on, allow you to work. He got some of that Arthur Abraham syndrome. When you go straight, when you come forward, you throwing, Mikey Garcia is going to go straight back every time. You know what I'm saying? When you get to working, and if Robert can pump a better jab out there and use angles, Mikey going to move straight back to the ropes. And he does that. He doesn't step over most of the time. And when you're working, then he want to come back as well with you, all right? Ultimately, the keys to victory, and then I'll give you the wrap up how I think this thing going to go, all right? The keys to victory for Robert Easter Jr. is, first thing, one of the things I forgot about the weaknesses is discipline. He got to be disciplined, man. That's what we got to start off. He got to be disciplined. He got to change the shoulder roll to a high guard, all right? He can't bend over and spread his base out. He got to remain high, bring them legs about shoulder width apart, and he got to box and stay upright. This is time you want to be a European. You want to stay upright. You want to use the jab. Hopefully they improve the jab from a flickering jab to a real jab. Double the jab up, triple the jab up, and that's one thing E-Bunny don't do again. I meant to mention that. He don't double the jab up or triple it up. It's a single flickering jab, and he wants to get in there, throw a straight right, left hand, and brawl. You got to double, triple that jab up, make Mikey come to you. You notice in the Broner fight when Mikey had to go get Broner, Mikey allowed Broner to go out the back, the front, the side, whatever door you want to say. He was able to roll out. Mikey did not close distance well. So nothing I meant to mention about Mikey weaknesses. I understand that Mikey don't close distance well, but Mikey don't cut the ring off. You allowed to go whichever which way. And Robert Easter Jr. feet, if he turns, uses a better jab, double the jab up, put the right hand in the jab. That's all I would do for the first few rounds. Double the jab, or jab, double, triple the jab, right hand behind it. And then when he come in, after a while, I throw in the check left hook. Every now and again I throw the check left hook. But I just single the jab, right hand, double the jab, right hand, jab, right hand, left hook, turn. E-Bunny has to use angles, man. He has to step over, pivot, and make Mikey Garcia come to him. You know what I'm saying? He got a jab, and basically keys to victory is a better jab. Get rid of the fake shoulder roll, bring your base in, use your height, and double, triple the jab up, right hand, every now and again, check left hook, lead left hook. Okay, that's what he gonna have to do. Mix the tendencies up with the variations of the 1-2 and mix in a left hook, and eventually maybe turn that straight right hand to an overhand right and loop it around Mikey Garcia guard. Sergey Lipias had a lot of success looping shots around Mikey Garcia guard and that high guard for Mikey. what it is. If Mikey wants to attack, even though I wouldn't attack if I'm Mikey early on, I try to I try to frustrate and test Robert Houston Jr. patience, even if I have to lose a round or two. Okay, try to test him, try to make him come towards me, give up his height. I'll be talking to him, you know what I'm saying? I just talk to him and test that discipline, you know what I'm saying? In one camp, you can't change a fighter's mentality, even though it's always exceptions to the rule. Now, see if Mikey could, if Robert is going to come out of character, bend down, and start going against Kevin Cunningham's rules of law. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, for Mikey is going to try to jump in with that left hook eventually. But right now, it's going to be the 1-2 over the top. That's going to be the punch for Mikey. Also, I think Mikey should go ahead and worry and think about dropping that jab to the pit of the stomach. And once he get Robert to give up his height and bend down, and Robert will drop his hands. Trust me, Robert don't bring his hand back home because he do that fake shoulder roll and come over the top with a jab. I think the jab to the head and the jab to the stomach, the pit of the stomach with the overhand right. And I also think Mikey Garcia, after he comes over the hand with the right, when Robert is covering up getting hit, I think Mikey should think about coming back with the left hook to the head and mixing it up every time with the left hook to the body. And I think possibly, he's going to be able to pace Robert Houston Jr. This is a fundamentals technique in Mikey Garcia versus athletic ability and Robert Houston Jr. You know what I'm saying? If Robert Houston Jr. had better technique, you know what I'm saying? If he learned how to use angles instead of stop coming straight forward and step over, pivot off the check hook, jab, step over, make his opponent have to get back in position, fire off again, he'll be a better fighter. And we're going to see if Kevin Cunningham can bring those traits to the table. And for Mikey, it's square biz, man. It's business as usual, man. It's just, this time we just going to use the jab to the pit of the stomach, and everything else is going to be business as usual, man. If we got to go get him and attack him, it is what it is, I don't think Robert has a stamina issue. It's more of a discipline issue. But for Mikey, it's going to be, jabbing, 1-2, probably doubling the jab. Probably don't even have to double the jab this fight. Jab to the head, jab to the stomach, overhand right. Jab to the head, overhand right. Jab to the stomach, jab to the stomach, jab to the head, mix the overhand right. Then you mix up after the overhand right, you mix in with the left hook. And when you mix up to the left hook to the head, to the body, also, he can, he can lead off with the left hook. I think after you get comfortable, Robert giving up his height, which will probably happen at most points in this fight sooner than later, he can lead off with the left hook. His left hook is like crocodile mouth, gator mouth quick, man. And I underestimated this dude's explosiveness, man. He can explode, you know what I'm saying? He ain't no chump. This ain't no slow character versus no super fast guy. Mikey Garcia is really, really fast, but where he lacks at is cutting the ring off, and a jab will disrupt his whole offense. So it's definitely going to be an interesting fight. But I think systematically and technique will reign supreme in this fight, man. I think technique will reign supreme. And what I mean by that, if Robert they improve his jab, you need to be disciplined and focused. And he learns how to use angles and just stop coming straight down the pipe. He comes straight down the pipe. I mean, even he moves straight back. Like, how is you up with that height? You haven't been taught how to step over. A lot of times in that Javier Fortuna fight, he would have stepped over, after throwing a check hook, or stepped over after throwing that jab and that right hand, when he was using height. Javier Fortuna would have tried to reach, get out of position. He would have knocked him out with a right hook or a left hook. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't allow Javier Fortuna to get out of position because he gave his height up and coming straight down the pipe. Then he backing straight back up, and Fortuna is just coming through, reaching. He trying to transition from offense to defense, and Fortuna catching him in between there, okay? And but ultimately, I think Mikey is going to win this fight. Unanimous decision. It's a chance that he can knock out Robert, but I'm going to go unanimous decision. Probably a 5 to 6 point advantage, you know what I'm saying? You might see a knockdown in this fight, for Mikey Garcia or Robert Jr., but I think about 5 or 6 point advantage. I think it's going to be like, it might be, it could be 8-2, man, or 8-4 or something like that, you know what I'm saying? 8-4, man, I think it'd be 8-4, 8-4, I say that, man. Unanimous decision across the board. But don't forget, we on unanimous decision, Mikey Garcia, let me say that. Don't forget, we do final thoughts on Friday. We'll go live about this fight a couple times this week. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All those links are in the description. When you check out our boxing news, you check out our rumor mill and stuff like that nature. Most rumors have a source, but all boxing news and breaking news and sports news, political or whatever, has a link in the description. Make sure you check the description. But we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter again. Check those links out. We do some good work on there as well. Also, if you want to donate, the PayPal link is in the description as well. Check out our podcast at Castbox. It's an app that's available in both Play stores and Apple Store. It's an amazing app. But check us out on there. Sign up. You can sign in with your Google or your Facebook. All right. It's Raw and Uncut. The Cali Enigma and CJ Goodfella, man. We have guest appearances. We talk everything really raw, explicit, triple R. That's what we talk about. Real stuff we can't really get into on the community guidelines because on YouTube, man. So make sure you check us out there. Shout out to the LDBC one time for the one time. And I'm going to see y'all make some prediction videos, everybody with a channel. But y'all know